I'm curious what he's been saying about me as a performer. Most of the time, I don't quite follow what he's saying. He talks in code, but it doesn't seem like it's very nice things most of the time. But as a performer, I think he is very talented. He didn't quite get the opportunities, perhaps, that he deserved at one point in his career, and he's returned with a big chip in his shoulder. I know all about that. Returning to WWE with a big chip in my shoulder, wanting to prove myself. His biggest mistake was coming after Drew McIntyre to make a name for himself. But he is a big physical performer. He has the X Factor with his Scarlet Witch on the outside. I managed to cancel out at Crown Jewel. And I do believe he has a big future. He just needs to redirect his attention away from Drew McIntyre, maybe get some momentum going. And if he wants to come back and try again, my big size 14 is going to connect with his face. I don't know. Maybe me a few years ago, I see some
Yeah,
similarities.
a few
He
years
does
ago.
seem
Yes.
very full of anger and aggression,
Yeah.
which I can relate to. And I still have in me, as he found out, when they cheated me in the strap match, and I took a car and rammed their car and beat the hell out of him and tried to slam a car door in his head. Some people would say that's going too far. I would say maybe you shouldn't start it, because I'm always going to finish it. What I've learned now is how to harness my anger in the right direction and not use it unless I really need it. What he needs to learn to do is how to control that anger, or it can be your worst nemesis. Yeah, I mean, the Bloodline are happy playing second fiddle. They're all such talented individuals. Roman, somebody I used to respect so much, as a man, as a performer, as a workhorse. And these days, he's incredible in the ring, but he's not the workhorse he once was. He's now the man who's become very insecure, surrounded himself with yes men, is so worried about losing the title that he's willing to do whatever it takes against guys like myself, against Brock Lesnar. He will use the whole bloodline to make sure he always remains champion. And it's been a very long time since someone else has had those titles. And quite frankly, now I realize after Clash at the Castle, where they introduced Solo Sikoa to make sure I didn't beat Roman, I'm probably going to have to look at forming an army of my own, because right now they're probably the most dominant faction of all time. I had him at Clash of the Castle. I had him pinned 1, 2, 3 from the Claymore. If it wasn't for Solo, I'd be sitting right now. I am undisputed champion. Realistically, I know if I fought him right now, the Bloodline would get involved. He would try some cheap trick. That's what he's about these days, unfortunately. So I do need to look at a proper game plan now that I've disposed of Cross. My attention's back on the Bloodline and who's like-minded, who's thinking like me, who wants to liberate the titles and have them back on the weekly television show. I need to get a few guys myself to form a little army of my own. Interesting. If we were able to get together, I don't know if there's many people that'd be able to stop us. That's for sure. Myself and Sheamus, when we're on the same page, we're pretty much unbeatable. We're crazy in that ring and out that ring. And Butch is someone I've been around for years. I know what he's capable of, and I've been very impressed with Ridge Holland. And to be honest, the Clash at the Castle, I saw the Sheamus of old. I saw him not using any cheap tricks. I saw him going out there and just fighting and using all that passion that I know so well. And that impressed me most. I saw my former best friend out there, and ever since then, he's been gaining the momentum. The Brutes have been gaining momentum. And if the stars were to align, brothers fight. Sometimes they don't talk for a long time. We're kind of like Noel and Liam Gallagher, who seem like they'll never talk again, will never work together again. But just like Oasis might reform, you never know. We might see Drew McIntyre and Sheamus back together. Oh yeah, I felt it for years now, especially when I became WWE champion on social media and the likes. It's such a huge WWE fan base in India. It's just incredible. And I've been seeing so many positive messages for such a long time and so much love, and I'm so appreciative of it all. but to actually physically come here, and I can barely take 5 steps without meeting a WWE fan, without meeting a Drew McIntyre fan. I've taken more selfies here than anywhere else I remember in a short space of time. It is just unbelievable, WWE's global footprint, but specifically in India, and it's just so cool to hear their knowledge and hear their passion. And I'm going to make a promise to everybody out there. Drew McIntyre is going to make sure we get a live show here in India so I can perform for you all. Oh yeah, Jinder and I are always in touch. Just like, Sheamus, sometimes we have our spells where we're fighting each other, not fighting each other, because brothers sometimes fight. But yeah, he's one of my best friends in the world. He's in a very good place right now, very namaste. He's working hard on making a big comeback, making a big splash, and showing the world just how talented he truly is and why he is a former world champion. So watch this space, and Jinder will